I knew you were coming, so I sent everyone away because I believed my final moment was at hand. Before you pull that trigger and take my life, I would like the chance to tell you some things, perhaps to think about after I'm gone. Don't worry about me stalling. My people have orders to lead me to my studies for another 15 minutes. I will only take 5. Can you bear with me? Will you? Then make up your mind. Today marks the change of not only a new year, but a new millennium. Take a look around. The majority of the youth roam the streets, dealing in drugs, sex, and violence, thinking these things have no real effect on life. Crimes without real punishment. An uncaring, unfeeling generation without knowledge of self. This is the future of our nation, the future of our people. Do you think hatred and evil will go unpunished? The world is now feeling the heat from flames it has kept burning since the beginning of civilization. You represent that fire. You and I are just a small part of God's plan. The evil men of this world have applied every method possible to deceive its occupants, and each time with greater success than anticipated. But no more. Tonight, with this new millennium, God will begin to overcome this evil. I represent the truth to the people. Without truth, nothing is sacred. The lie, that's what the devil is all about. And brother, you know that already, because that's why you're here.
What the hell?
The truth is, we all play a grave role in our own destruction. Your money, your lifestyles, the things that people value and covet so dearly are the bait that lures them out of the light.
Turn over, bitch. Where the fuck is that bitch-ass nigga at? Huh? Bitch!
Through the love of others, I have power. The truth gives me this. Those that fear me send you here to murder all that I say. They use what you fear against you. Your fear of death, your fear of imprisonment.
But shit, how you fucking
Where in this world is anyone safe from death? You see the lies you've been told? The path you take is not your own.
Now you turn around, bitch! You punk-ass motherfucker! Look what you did to me! I hate you! I hate you!
Have you ever thought about how precious a life is? How difficult it is to create? How loosely and easily it has been for you to take away? Brother, help me. Help me to do what's right. Help me to stop the slaughter of our children. Help me to put an end to the disrespect and the dishonor of our most valuable resource, the black woman. Help me to put an end to the destruction of the young mind through the use of drugs, alcohol. Help me to build up a population of great thinkers, people who create change through thoughtfulness and spirituality. Will you choose that truth? Will you? Will you choose the light over the darkness?
Once I found out the clock was ticking, the clock was sticking. Now I'm killing, because revenge is all nigga think about in the end. But I'm going on the bench. Burn till I singe. Fuck y'all niggas. Born by myself, die by myself. It's triggers. And if you don't know what it's gonna be in the end, T-minus 3, 2, 1. Amen. Drop the gun!
Hold it. Stay where you are. Will you choose life? It's time. It's time, man. It's time.
Uncle Job Snapple 2 up on Black Power family. What's up? It's your brother Nguvo on IUC RA&M. Once again, you were tuned in to RA&M RBG TV. And you know we keep it G. A little bit of common sense for the common people. Dealing with some common issues. Of course, you already know we're trying to seek common solutions. Say it with me, family. All in together now. How we gonna do it? You know how we gonna do this. With black love. You know why? Because black love is the cure for the black nation. So let's get it. Today I wanted to take this time out and talk to a specific group of people that I have called the Coon Hunters. Yes, I said it. The Coon Hunters. I want to talk to them real quick. As far as, I kind of want to just bring a little bit of balance to the situation. As far as how they are perceived, how they deal with the people at large, on a, overall. And my biggest thing I want to, I guess, discuss or surround, whatever my topic surrounds, is pretty much the media. You know, what we see on TV, what we hear, on the radio, etc., etc., etc. I want to focus on that a little bit. But like I said, I want to talk to those specific groups of people, the Coon Hunters, is what I call them. And just basically just remind them of, one, what their real mission is. Two, remind them of the energy that they're wasting nonetheless. Now, with that being said, again, we're talking to the group of people that I've called the Coon Hunters. And we're talking about how they deal with the people. Dealing with the media. Now, one of the biggest, I guess you could say, TV sensations. Before I begin, disclaimer. This is not in defense of what I'm about to discuss. I'm not defending this media system. I'm just trying to bring balance. So don't shoot the messenger nonetheless. Just hear what I got to say. Now, let's continue. One of the greatest TV sensations within the last 2 years, we all know, is a show called Empire. Okay? We all know what the show discusses, what it portrays, the inner workings, the inner messages, etc., 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 for those that can see nonetheless. Right? Alright. Let's be clear, family. I'm going to try my best to be as brief as possible with this. Let's just be clear. People are going to watch whatever the hell they pay their cable bill for. Just that simple. People are going to watch. People are going to do what it is that they do. And there's no real reason for you to basically get your panties up in a bunch. There's no need for you to get up in an uproar. No need for you to get all stressed out and pissed off over that which somebody chooses, pays for, to entertain themselves or occupy their time with for 30 minutes or an hour. That's not your business. Or your main job and objective is to educate, pass on information, and keep stepping. Because at the end of the day, you can't force feed this information. You can't force feed knowledge. You can't force feed a message down somebody's throat. Sounds good, it would be nice, but you can't do it. One, it's illogical. Two, it's emotional. The logical thing to do, the rational thing to do is, again, drop your jewel of information and keep stepping on to the next one. Because at the end of the day, you also have to realize how much energy you're putting into this coon hunt. How much energy you're putting into this name calling and ridicule. Because that's all you're really doing. You're just out there calling, people a bunch of names. That's all you're really doing. What effect is that really bringing to the table? What approach is being received by those people? 2, 3, What are you accomplishing? Nothing but wasted energy. That's all you're doing. You're wasting your energy. You're wasting your time. Again, your time should be focused, pinpointed at educating the people, putting them up on game. Yo, this is why we feel this show is negative, or this is why we feel X or Y, Z is the wrong ways. But at the end of the day, you also have to keep it 100 and realize that you're playing catch up out here just as much as the next man that you want to call unconscious or the sleep ones. You're playing catch up too. You're playing catch up too. And also you have to realize, first and foremost, we do not own these media institutions. So at the end of the day, people are only picking from the choices that are presented in front of them, whatever. It's not like they actually physically, I guess you could say, have a choice per se to what's being to what they watch. Yes, they can turn the TV on and off. Okay, I hear you. But at the end of the day, they're only watching from that of the choices that is presented before them by an outlet of not of our own. So of course, images are going to be negative. Of course, messages are going to be negative or not putting us in a positive light. Of course, that comes with the territory. This is why I've also said a long time ago or whatever, black folks, since we like to complain about what comes on the TV, since we like to complain about what comes on the radio, etc., 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 when are we going to establish, create, run, and control for ourselves our own media outlets? The minute I put that out there on the table, it gets quiet. You know why? Because that requires time. That requires a logical mind to actually come up with a plan, actual format. That requires money. Yeah, that requires money. And you already know black folks do not like sharing their bread with other black people. You understand? Again, we'll come together to plan a lick. We'll come together to plan a jukes. But we won't come together to establish something that we genuinely need. That's a need. Communication, media. That's what media really is supposed to be about. Communication. You understand? Sending different frequencies, different messages from one to the next one, or at a mass level. All different peoples all at one time. That's what media is supposed to be. Communication. But again, nobody wants to create their own communication. Nobody wants to run their own communication. All we like to do is just sit back, cry, and complain about the effects, but nobody wants to be at the core of that cause. Think. So again, everybody's pretty much all pissed off in an uproar about the whole Empire show, but at the end of the day, let's keep it 100. Empire is not the first nor the last show of its kind to do the thing that it's doing. Let's be clear. All you have to do is go back into history. Go back into history as a child, family. What were some of the things that you were growing up watching? Growing up listening to? Hell, what are some of the things that you watch now? Currently. Listen to now. Currently. So you can't just put it all, your energy all on this one show. There's no way that this one show, this one TV show, this 1 hour segment out of the week is going to be the determining factor to make or break what it is that we're trying to do, dealing with this whole nationhood thing. And I will say this, I'm going to go a step further. If it is this 1 week, this 1 hour show, if it has that much energy and that much power, that much of an ability to halt your every movement, halt your every thought, then that just goes to show and prove how much you are not working for the people, how much you are not focused on the task at hand, etc., etc., etc. Because at the end of the day, shit like this is going to be there. What you do, on the other hand, is what matters. What you do to combat that is what matters. But if all you can do is sit back and cry and complain, again, at an effect, and you're not focused at the cause, or you're not focused on a way to counteract that effect by way of, like I said, the creation and establishment of your own media outlet, then your voice, your cries, your screams, your yells, your capitalized letters when you're typing, that's pretty much all you're doing. All this stuff is all done on the internet, you know that. So when you're having your rants and your raves and your posts, in your comment sections, that's all you're doing. That's as far as it goes. Because again, at the end of the day, people are going to do, watch, listen to what it is that they pay for. Now, what you can do, you can put your energy into, instead of name calling, you can put your energy into pulling your bread together, pulling your ideas together, creating and establishing that medium, that media outlet, dealing with the music, dealing with what comes on TV. That way you can pass the proper messages that need to be passed on. You can pass on the proper visuals that need to be seen, etc., etc., etc. Pass on that proper speech that needs to be heard. You can do all of this stuff when you create it. When it's yours for the making, yours for the taking. You can do all of that shit. There will be no need for you to cry and complain because you would have then participated in a need for the people. But again, the minute that shit comes up on the table, the minute that comes to the forefront as an idea, let's create. It gets kind of quiet. It gets kind of quiet. So my question to the coon hunters, because that's the biggest word that likes to be thrown around. The minute somebody says the word empire or something in that area, that word coon is thrown around like arrows. Folks got their arrows sharpened, they got their bow strings tightened. They firing away. You understand? But again, what are you really doing with that? Besides name calling. That's childish. Grow the hell up. We got bigger things to worry about. We have bigger things to worry about. Let's be clear. At the end of the day, again, this is not the first nor the last show on television to do what it's doing. You can go back in the history for the things that we've grown up watching, for the things that our parents grew up watching, what we listen to, what they listen to. It's an ongoing cycle because we have yet to break that cycle by the establishing of our own shit. So again, the cries, the complaints, they're at the effects. You can counteract that effect by being the root of your own cause. But again, that requires work, that requires manpower, that requires logical thinking, not emotional venting. That requires money, genuine time, genuine energy. Folks ain't about that shit. Let's be clear. Folks are not about that. But what they are about is making it seem like they about that by doing a whole bunch of name calling. All right here though. If you're really upset about what is being portrayed on the TV, you'll walk outside, you'll communicate with your people on better ways, and we can, like I said, counteract this. With those same people that you built with, you'll then sit down and generate some sort of pot, if you will. Put them funds in there, put them ideas in there, and you'll create your own shit. It's been done. What man has done, man can do again. So again, I'm not trying to, this is not in defense for those that watch it. This is not in defense of the show in general, but this is just to bring balance to the situation. I just wanted to throw that out there because it's just that simple. We cannot just be thinking we doing something because we saying a whole bunch of names. We calling people all bunch of this, that, and the third, disrespecting them, degrading them nonetheless. Because at the end of the day, we're only doing that which we were shown how to do, which is go at each other. We were taught how to go at each other, and we're the best at people that go at each other. So we're doing whose job, whose bidding are we doing? It's not of our own. So again, we need to think about this kind of stuff when we have these kind of dialogues with one another over the things that we're involved in. We need to educate the family, not ridicule, not degrade. You know what I'm saying? Not degrade. We need to educate, not degrade. Educate, not degrade, family. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Educate your family. You do not ridicule your family. You bring them up. You have to, first and foremost, if you're not meeting the family where they are to bring them up, if you're trying to deal with the family or talk down on the family, it's not, your message will never ever be heard. And this is the problem that a lot of people have. They deal with the family by talking down on the family instead of getting down with the family to pull and push the family up. That's where a lot of people go wrong. And this is why I've given the name or the title of Coon Hunter to you. Because this is what your mission does. You wake up every day. You scroll your timeline. Because again, you don't do this amongst the people. Because you know if you said this shit amongst the people, you probably get your ass whooped. So again, you wake up, you get your phone, you get your tablets or your laptops or whatever. You just scroll your timelines, whether it's your Instagram account, your Snapchat account. Because people are into that shit now from what I'm hearing. Your Facebook account. All these different things, whatever, right? You scroll your timelines. Whoever's doing something that is basically going against what you do on a personal level. Now here come the arrows. Here come the coons and this, that, and the third. This is where that shit comes from. That's pretty much where it really comes from. It genuinely stems from somebody doing something that is to the contrary of what you're doing. You're not focused at the bigger picture. You're not focused at the greater goal. You're focused on basically what that person over there is doing versus what you're doing. If you were really focused on your mission, family, again, you will be focused on educating the people on the traps, on the different situations. You understand? That's what you would do. But instead, you sit back, you scroll your timeline, you curse people out all day, and you think you're doing something. You're just basically you're putting on the show, and you're showing the people how much you're not doing anything, how you're not about anything, how you're not into anything, but further degrading the people. That's about it. That's about it. Like I said, I didn't want to be too long. I went longer than what I was supposed to do. Questions, comments, concerns, get at me. Again, this is by way, not in defense of this show, not in defense of the media, not in defense of those who watch it, this type of stuff. At the end of the day, you're going to watch whatever it is that you pay for. And it's just that simple. At the end of the day, you're only picking and choosing. You're only going to watch from the choices that you have amongst you because you have yet to work together to establish your own. That way you can watch whatever you want of your own that promotes you in a better light, in a better standing. So again, you can't blame that which is reality. You can only see the stuff for what it is. Until you want to bring a better platform, don't say nothing about it. That's just that simple. Until you bring a better platform, don't say anything about it. Until you start educating the people and start ridiculing the people, don't even deal with the people. Because being amongst the people is about educating the people. That's this whole thing. That's this whole thing about. It's about education. It's not about degradation. So again, questions, comments, concerns, get at me. You already know you've been watching R&M RBG TV. We keep it G. I am your brother in Google, now you see R&M. Quick little moment in time, brother R&M. Brother in Google, you already know. Just a little thought on my mind. I wanted to bring this out there, like I said, to try to bring some sort of balance to the table. You gotta think. Again, what you think is what you're gonna speak. What you speak is what you're going to walk. Look at your actions. Look at your speech. Look at your thoughts. Is it really surrounding education? Is it surrounding pushing the family forward? Or is it surrounding just talking shit all day? Is it surrounding putting on a show all day? Only you know the answer to that question. In the meantime, between time, keep it locked, keep it G. Once again, this is R&M RBG TV. We keep it G. Common sense for the common people, dealing with the common issues, trying to seek some common solutions out here. And this is why I always say, family, and once again, you cannot knock me for saying it. Black love is a cure for the black nation. So let's get it. Love your family enough to educate your family. Because love will produce education for you and your family. But at the end of the day, love is not going to produce ridicule. Love don't produce that kind of shit. A foul mind does. Foul speech does. So of course that's going to produce a foul walk. Think. Bang out. Let's do it smart, man. For the up and up. Let's go.
You gotta watch the BET Awards tonight.
Oh no, definitely not. Why would I want to watch such foolishness and coonery?
Man, you trippin'. BET is the best station on TV. Me and all my homies and bitches watch it.
Thought so. That network has contributed nothing but glorifying disrespect of our black women, teaching our black youth that being thuggish and inarticulate is acceptable, and promoting the absolute worst music ever created.
Nigga, you sound like a lame-ass Uncle Tom, using all them big-ass words, trying to sound white, with your dusty-ass suit on. You ain't no real G. You done forgot where your ass came from. I keeps it real, my nigga. You need to recognize.
So basically you were saying that because I have a diverse vocabulary, use correct grammar, and dress professionally, I'm a sellout. Wow. Brother, you really need to wake up.
Wake up what? You ain't nothing but a tool of the man trying to keep real niggas like me and my niggas down. You's a weak-ass bitch. I'm wide awake fool.
A tool of the man? Let me ask you something, brother. What are you doing to make the African American race look good? What are you contributing to African American society that we can be proud of? I am an alumnus of a historically black college. I choose to teach at a school that has a high minority demographic to show black youth there is something to aspire to other than being a dope dealer or wannabe rapper. I am in a mentor program that keeps our black youth out of trouble and engaged in positive activities after school. I am also heavily involved in my church and youth ministry. I also watch the news, read the paper, and try to read a new book once a month just to stay informed and sometimes just to learn something new.
Nigga, I read too.
What have you read recently?
Nigga, I read the sports page last week and I looked at a Source magazine yesterday. So don't act like you're the only one who reads, nigga. Anyway, we talking about TV and how you hating on a network created for your dumbass.
I must admit, I enjoyed BET back when there was programming like Video Soul that displayed music that had substance, or Teen Summit, a show that discussed relevant topics and helped steer our black youth in the right direction. Or even when people like Tavis Smiley was working there. I also enjoyed how every Saturday they showed a football game featuring HBCU schools. During the commercials there was always an advertisement for the schools that were playing in the game. In fact, that is what inspired myself and many of my college classmates to attend a black college and have pride in knowing there were schools just for us, and that they produce some of the finest minds in the world. But now the network, if you want to call it that, is 90% negativity and does not get any airplay in my house.
Man, you on that bullshit. BET has some of the best shows on, like...
Like what?
Well, they showed The Color Purple last night.
One showing of The Color Purple does not a good network make. You mental midget.
Nigga, fuck you. You just mad you ain't real.
Okay then, let me ask you something.
What, nigga?
What is your definition of real?
What does definition mean?
It's the meaning of a word.
It's about being hood. It's about keeping yo bitches in check. It's about getting yo hustle on and not going out like a bitch when niggas try to play you. This substitute janitor gig I got right now ain't shit. I'm about to do it big real soon, my nigga.
Really? How?
Nigga, I got these rhymes I am working on, and my cousin Pookie and me are recording some hot shit in his closet at his baby mama house. Nigga, I'm gonna be bigger than Lil Wayne and Waka Flocka.
Damn. Man, did you even finish high school?
Finish school for what, nigga? I dropped out of the 7th grade when I turned 18, so nigga, I got enough education. Besides reading and shit, school and shit, that's just selling out and trying to be white.
Wow.
You gonna see when I roll up on 24s in my Escalade making it rain on all the bitches. And your weak ass is gonna be jealous.
Wow. I hope it really works out for you, but why would I be jealous? If a brother can do well for himself, legally that is, then, hey, more power to you. But don't you think that having an education to fall back on is something important to have? I'm not trying to dash your dreams, but, let's be realistic, for every rapper or athlete that you say made it, there are millions of wannabes who never did, and without a good education or some type of training to fall back on, you wind up with dead-end jobs. Or no job at all. And no way to support your family.
But I'm gonna make it cause I'm a real nigga unlike your Uncle Thomas.
Yes, you are definitely a nigger.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean, bitch?
It means you are a detriment to our race. You and everyone like you help ignorant racists look like they know what they are talking about because you live up to every stereotype they say about us. I wish people could understand that there is a distinct difference between real black people and niggers, but many people don't.
Bitch, shut the fuck up, you's a nigga just like me.
Oh no. I beg to differ. Let me ask you something, brother.
What?
How many times have you been on time to work this week?
What do you call on time? I mean, I get here when I get here, so fuck them crackers that gave me this job. I don't have to do what they tell me. I ain't no fucking slave.
No, you aren't a slave, but the responsible thing to do is to make sure you stay gainfully employed. There's nothing undignified about being on time, brother, but always being late. That's yet another stereotype about black people you live up to when you do that. Do you have any children?
Yeah, I got 3. Or 4. Or 5. Shit, I don't remember.
Wow. Okay. What do you call dressing professionally?
Nigga, what I got on now. Slapping Dickies, a tilted cap, and some Jordans. Shit, them hoes love this.
I see. We've already established that you think the sports page in Source magazine is good reading. So, what's your idea of fine dining?
Oh, Negrasco's chicken and waffles Orion's. I always take my bitches that I really like there.
Wow. I think the food there is good, but that isn't exactly what I meant by. Never mind. What do you consider good music?
Ah, that's easy, my nigga. I be bumpin' dat Waka Flocka, dat Gucci Mane, and dat OJ Dodgers, man. Them niggas is so proud.
Do you help your kids learn to read and write? Or even do math?
Shit, no. But taught my youngest how to Dougie, now he's ready for the real world.
You, sir, are a nigger. You are the epitome of what all real black people hate, because when many ignorant white people see a person of color, they automatically assume that we are all like you. You are irresponsible, uneducated, and choose to embrace ignorance, because you fear it will ruin your street cred. What's worse is you attempt to drag others seeking to better themselves down into your pit of ignorance with you to drown in the cesspool of stupidity that your vile existence has created. Even more appalling is the fact that you won't stop reproducing. You create more of your kind when in reality you should have been a stain on the mattress yourself. Niggers can be found in just about any race. Yet other races associate all black people with niggers and lump us into the same category, which makes it hard for those of us in the African American community who are not niggers. This nigger mentality has infiltrated American society like a virus and must be stopped.
Bitch, you trying to sound like you're the new Martin Luther King or something.
No, you ghetto toy. What you fail to understand is that Dr. King is turning over in his grave as we speak with all the negativity your kind, and I mean niggers, not black people, are polluting the world with. This is not what he took all those ass whippings, got hit with bricks, or chased with dogs for. Not so you could watch BET and think it's a great network. Not for you to glorify ignorance. Not for you to disrespect our women. Not for you to be a stupid-ass swamp-running nigger. Not at all. If anything, you are the true tool of the man, because every time you refuse to open a book, every time you run from something that might educate you, and or act like a big coon in general, the man is laughing because we as a people are being held back, and he didn't have to lift a finger to do it.
Man, fuck you. You's a nigga just like me.
Keep telling yourself that, man. Meanwhile, I'm going to go home to my house I bought with my salaried job that I got because I finished college. Kiss my wife and help my kids do their homework and teach them good morals so they won't end up like you. Peace.
If this video upset or offended you,
Then you're a nigger. But the good news is, you don't have to be.